Tragedy in the Channel yesterday as 4 die, with reports of a child trampled to death. And a record 1,000 people making the crossing in a single day. That's the highest this year. Notwithstanding that this is an economic, national security and humanitarian disaster, politically, Labour just can't let these numbers continue, can they?
Well, they look as if they're going to. They've got no policy, as I've said on this programme many, many times. They have no policy. Their policy was ditch Rwanda, so yes, so we knew they were going to ditch a deterrent, but they didn't put any deterrent in its place. They don't have any policy other than somehow they're going to smash the smuggling gangs, which is about as nebulous as you can get, because we all know that if you take one gang out, another one comes along. It's very lucrative trade. What you need is a deterrent. They haven't got that. There's a complete policy vacuum there, a real vacuum there, with no policies at all, either to deter or to speed things up or to cope with the situation. Just none. None at all. And while there is no deterrent, the boats will continue to come. And while the boats continue to come, there will occasionally be awful tragedies. And they will, yes, involve women and children.
Indeed. Now, and of course, Labour will argue they've inherited this mess from the Conservatives and they're going to resource this new border command, who are going to be robust, and they're going to try to smash the gangs. Obviously, we hope they succeed. You have your doubts. Notwithstanding the politics of this, the bottom line is that the humanitarian case for stopping the boats couldn't be stronger with this child trampled to death this weekend. At what point are people going to show some empathy and understand that unless we stop the boats, the suffering will continue?
Well, I don't know when Labour will wake up to that. I mean, the Tories had a very weak deterrent in Rwanda because they couldn't get it off the ground. But it was at least a deterrent. They did at least understand the very simple principle that the only way you're going to stop the boats coming is if there is something here that they don't want to have to deal with. Such as, for example, universal detention, instead of putting them into hotels and letting them be free to come and go. Unless you actually have something like that, you won't stop the boats. And as I've said already, if you don't stop the boats, you won't stop the tragedies.